Okay, so here we are in the guard. Marcin's got closed guard. So we're going to look at a pass to get to side control or just to stand up, yeah, and to get rid of these closed legs. Because being in Marcin's closed guard, it can give me a lot of problems. Okay, you can control my posture, yeah, and I've got nothing to do here. Okay. If it's an MMA point of view, obviously I want to be careful of any kind of strikes, and so does he. So look, the first bit of control we're going to do is grab the biceps. When I grab the biceps, I always have my thumbs against my fingers, so I never wrap around like that. So look, hands on the biceps, straighten my arms out, head in his chest. Now, if you look at my feet, they're flat. I don't want to do that. I want to get onto my toes, okay, so I've got good push off the mat, I've got nice grip, okay, head just under his rib cage. Now I'm going to posture up, okay, and I'm going to have my hands just underneath his rib cage on either side, here, okay, and I've always got my back arched in, head up, yeah. If he tried to pull me in with his knees, look, I've got good posture, okay. It's going to be very difficult for him to sit up because of where I've got my hands placed, okay. So the first part of this pass, I'm going to step up with my foot right against his hip, okay. There are different variations of this pass, but the reason I step up so close to his hip is because I want my knee against his thigh here, and that's what's going to help break this guard in the next step. So look, from here I've got my hands on his rib. I'm going to step up nice and close, yeah. If you can't, look, you can just walk your foot in just like that, okay, knee nice and close. Now this hand, okay, or both hands are going to go onto the opposite side of his rib. Just be careful that you don't have your elbow out, because there's still situations Marcin can take advantage of if I made a little mistake or anything. So look, my hands are on this side of his rib cage, and what this does is when I do the next part of the pass, it stops him moving. I'll just show you now. Look, if I had to move my knee like this, his body is going to move, look, okay. So look, if I've got my hands there blocking, now look, when I do it, it doesn't move, okay. My toes of my other foot, okay, I'm going to try and put them away from me, or just like they are, and I'm going to use my toes and I'm going to get up to my foot, okay. Nice and strong on his rib cage. Again, just a slight bend in your elbow, not too much, just slight. Head up, chest out, okay. This knee's going to turn in. I'm going to pivot on this foot and stand up, okay. Watch his hip break, look, there. From here, depending if you're an MMA fighter or you're a ground fighter, if it was MMA, I'd be backing out, okay, and waiting for him to come up. Or here, step up on this foot, look, pivot, hands, look, break. Or I can simply pass this leg and then look to come for side control. And that's the first pass that we do.